What's up, my good people? What you see before you is called the Cobran Bible. Some of y'all may have never heard of the Cobran Bible, but after this video today, I'm sure you'll get well acquainted. The Cobran Bible dates back 3,600 years and offers unique and enlightened insights from the past to both challenge and affirm all present-day beliefs. So according to these words, it's nearly 4,000 years old. The Cobran Bible is enlightened information from the ancient Egyptians. There are stories and accounts and multiple other various. There are stories and accounts from the Egyptians' point of view. And we already know that ancient Egyptians dealt with the ancient Israelites a lot. If you were to ask when Jews started keeping the Torah, the traditional answer would be more than 3,300 years ago. So we can conclude that the Cobran Bible is just as old as the Torah or even older. Let's not forget Moses wrote the Torah, but we had many more patriarchs that lived before Moses. Let's get to it. 3/13/2024, once in a lifetime, Devil comet will be easily visible this month. So I don't know if you've been hearing about this Devil comet in the news. This is from earth.com. But to the average person, it seems like this Devil comet just appeared. Look for an irregularly shaped dirty snowball. Predicting the exact appearance and brightness of a comet can be challenging, but Lee suggests that onlookers keep an eye out for what may resemble an irregularly shaped dirty snowball reaching its peak brightness during this time. The once-in-a-lifetime comet will be located in the constellation of Aries, visible in the western sky shortly after sunset. Lee advises finding a location with a clear western horizon on a cloudless night for the best viewing experience. There are many verses in the scriptures that teach us that these constellations have meaning. We also know that Aries is associated with war. And we also know where the western horizon is. And let's not forget that when this total solar lunar eclipse comes April 8th, this comet will be visible to the naked eye. The Cobran Bible, Chapter 3, Manuscripts, the Destroyer. Men forget the days of the Destroyer. Only the wise know where it went and that it will return in its appointed hour. It raged across the heavens in the days of wrath, and this was its likeness. It was a billowing cloud of smoke and wrapped in a ruddy glow, not distinguishable in joint or limb. Its mouth was an abyss from which came flame, smoke, and hot cinders. So just from the first verse, we can conclude men forgot about the Destroyer and they don't know when it's going to return. From the second verse, we can conclude the shape will be irregular, right? But it also talks about a dirty snowball. So let's get to it. Manuscripts 4:3. It will be a vast, sky-spanning form enwrapping earth, burning with many hues within wide open mouths. These will descend to sweep across the face of the land, engulfing all in the yawning jaws. The greatest warriors will charge against it in vain. The fangs will fall out, and lo, there are terror-inspiring things of cold, hardened water or ice, right? You know, kind of like a snowball. Great boulders will be hurled down upon men, crushing them into red powder. Now let's skip back a little bit to see what precedes the Destroyer coming. Manuscripts 3:3. When ages pass, certain laws operate upon the stars in the heavens. Their ways change, there is movement and restlessness. They are no longer constant, and a great light appears readily in the skies. We know there's restlessness in the heavens because on any given day, the moon is out with the sun all day long. Not only that, you have upside down crescent moons. that can be explained away by Google. Nothing but lies to try to explain away the days of doom. Manuscripts 3:7. Thus it was the days of heavenly wrath, which have gone, and thus it will be in the days of doom when it comes again. The times of his coming and going are known unto the wise. These are the signs and times which shall precede the destroyer's return. 110 generations shall pass into the west, and nations will rise and fall. Men will fly in the air as birds, and swim in the seas as fishes. Men will talk peace one with another. Hypocrisy and deceit shall have their day. Women will be as men, and men as women. Passion will be a plaything of man. So when did the destroyer come to the earth before? It came during the times of Noah's flood and the time of Exodus. During the time of Noah's flood, the weapon of indignation changed the tides on the earth and flooded it. During the time of Exodus, the doom shape created plagues. And it also protected the Israelites with a pillar of fire and a pillar of smoke. Let's read it. Manuscript 6:1. The dark days began with the last visitation of the destroyer, and they were foretold by strange omens in the skies. Kind of like this total solar lunar eclipse. All men were silent and went about with pale faces, kind of like right now. The leaders of the slaves, which had built a city to the glory of Tham, stirred up unrest, and no man raised his arm against them. They foretold great events of which the people were ignorant and of which the temple seers were not informed. So who did Egypt have in slavery at this time? The Israelites. Who were these leaders of the slaves? Aaron and Moses. 6:3. These were days of ominous calm. Don't you feel it? When the people waited for they knew not what. Ain't you waiting? The presence of an unseen doom was felt. The hearts of men were stricken. Laughter was heard no more, and grief and wailing sounded throughout the land. Even the voices of children were stilled, and they did not play together, but stood silent. Manuscript 6:6. The people spoke of the God of the slaves, and reckless men said, if we knew where this God were to be found, we would sacrifice to him. But the God of the slaves was not among them. He was not to be found within the swamp lands or in the brick pits. His manifestation was in the heavens for all men to see. But they did not see with understanding, nor with any guide listen. For all were dumb because of the hypocrisy of men. You're dumb because of your leaders. Your spiritual leaders lied to you and their hypocrisy. You see, nobody is perfect. We're all humans. But they led you down a path of destruction by keeping this wisdom from you. And so you are not prepared for the doom shape. Manuscript 6:9. The public records were cast forth and destroyed, and no man knew who were slaves and who were masters. The people cried out to the Pharaoh, or Biden, in their distress, but he stopped his ears and acted like a deaf man. Isn't it happening right now? Anyway, I'll do a part 2 to this a little bit later on, but get prepared to see this doom shape. If you like the content, hit the like, share, and subscribe button on TikTok and on YouTube. And if you'd like to support, you can support to the Cash App on my page. Shalom.